This is part 4 or part 5, not sure, on the worst city in the USA, East Cleveland, Ohio, Cuyahoga County. Okay. Here right off the bat, we got more empty apartment buildings that are abandoned, ramshackled. Look at that house. Okay. Dude, get back there. All this stuff is empty and abandoned. Terrible. This house is empty and abandoned. The front door's kicked in. But we're going. They're doing some construction. We're going up here to a huge apartment building. A multi-million-dollar building. That almost surprises even me. So we're going to go up here. I came here to specifically show you this building and the condition. I've shown you a lot of apartment buildings in East Cleveland that are bad, but this one here is a monster. Wait till you see it. Multi-million-dollar building, completely done for. They got the road blocked, so I'm gonna park right in front of the road blockage and get out with my dog and go and show you this building. It's absolutely ridiculous. Come on, dude. Okay. Start out with some dumping of some couches right there. That's my wonderful dog. Come on. Come on. Okay, they're dumping couches. Alright, the parking lot here for the building that I'm trying to show you here is full of stuff that's been dumped. Okay, they're dumping everywhere. They found a bunch. They found hundreds of thousands of dollars counterfeit money in this apartment building after it was abandoned and ramshackled. Look at all this stuff that's been dumped. Okay, couches, tires, furniture, all that. Wood. That's perfect kindling. They didn't have to dump that. Somebody could have used that to start their fires in their fireplace in the wintertime to keep warm. Okay, the building, the bricks have fallen in right there on the corner, as you can see. Okay, look at that great big huge apartment building. Let me get out of the sun. You got your graffiti. Huron Place Apartments. Okay. This building should have been torn down years and years ago. Look at this building. This is a huge multi-million-dollar building. Okay. There's graffiti all the way up there up high, as you can see. If you can see that graffiti up there, they had to lean out of those windows when the windows were gone and put that graffiti out those windows. Huron Place Apartments. Graffiti on the bottom. Doors are open and missing, so anybody can go in there. Kids can go in there. Okay, and they just leave it like this. It's amazing that the city will do this. This apartment building looks like, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 floors. 14 floor apartment building. Look at the street. Look at these chuck holes in the street, in the road, right out front of this building. These chuck holes are so deep, you can't drive down here. It's ridiculous. Okay? And this is the city of East Cleveland. So let's go a little further. Come on. Let's go a little further and have a look. I got to keep an eye on my dog. Okay, the front area, that awning there, I'm surprised it hasn't fallen in. Okay, but look at the magnitude of this building. Just look how huge it is. It's a huge building. All the way up top there is graffiti. DLC. Wow. They were all the way up top. Those purple marks in the middle there that I'm showing you, that's graffiti. Somebody had to hang outside the window and do that. And a lot of this graffiti says AIDS. So I'm quite sure that there was a lot of people that either had AIDS or died from there. I'm going to show you again. Okay. That comes from having the sex with intravenous drug users and other bad reasons. And when you get AIDS, it pretty much kills you, you know. And people in this city are known for drug use and that sort of thing. So right here you can see where they had boarded the building up. Okay, but they took the boards down. Okay, if you were to go in this building when it was first abandoned, I see evidence of a fire. If you were to go in this building, as big as it is, when it was first abandoned, the amount of copper that you could get out of here, you could probably get $100,000 for that copper at the scrapyard. The pipes are so heavy and they're so big and there's so many of them, because we're just on the front side of the building. Okay, the building goes further back and there's just so much stuff in there. The wire, you could get $20,000 if you could strip the wire out of this building and take it to the scrapyard. Okay, the landscaping hasn't been cut. There's dumping couches and stuff in the front. It's just ridiculous. It's really ridiculous, crazy. There's a big pile of stuff that somebody has dumped. Dumping is a bad issue in the city of East Cleveland. The fire hydrant is leaking. That type of leak will cost the city $5,000 a month in water, and it's leaking. As you can see, that's a steel. See that rust? That's a steel fire hydrant. It's not brass, so they didn't steal that. There's nothing they can do with that. Okay, so, but look at the magnitude of this building. The street blocked off the barricades on the end there, but you can see where they moved the barricades, the one in the middle anyway, so they could come up here and do their dumping and do their business. They dumped a lot of stuff here in the driveway. There's water running here. As you can see, that's probably from that fire hydrant. Okay, there's just all kinds of stuff dumped here, stuff dumped in the back. Alright, it's just tires, and I see a bathtub or a plastic whirlpool or something. They'll dump anything in the city of East Cleveland that they can get a hold of. Anything that they can get a hold of. And then across the street, I see right on the side of the barricade a truck pulled up, and they've dumped a bunch of stuff. Here we got some mattresses, box springs that they dumped. Those didn't just appear out of clear blue sky, out of thin air. Somebody dumped those there. They got this area here where apparently they dumped over here a tree that they cut down. As you can see, a lot of wood there. That's an old rotten tree that somebody cut down, and they dumped it right there. And they get right on side of the barricade. They dumped these couches, wood pieces. Look at those nails sticking up on that wood. That whole strip of wood has big nails sticking up out of it. That's a hazard. That's a hazard. Okay, this is right on, and this is right next to an apartment building that's occupied. That building there is in use. It looks okay too. Come on, dude. Okay, so they dump stuff crazy. If the city would tear down these properties, you would wind up with a field that looked like this. They could plant some grass, and you'd have an empty field, and that field would be sellable. But the problem is, Cuyahoga County will not let go of the taxes. So if you owe a bunch of taxes on the property, even if it's abandoned, you can't sell it because nobody will buy it, because you might pay $10 for the house, but you got $100,000 in taxes to pay. And the Cuyahoga County will not let the taxes go. There's no abatement programs. Now, I don't know if you can see it. There's tire tracks. Somebody drove across this field. Can you see those tire tracks in that grass going all the way across the field? That's the width of a car. That ain't no lawnmower. Okay, so somebody drove across this field, and that's crazy. But this is what I want to show you. This monstrous building. Sorry about that, but this monster-sized building, graffiti up on the top, just completely ramshackled, everything taken out of it. They got hundreds of thousands of dollars at the scrapyard for the stuff, that the copper and the aluminum and the wires and, you know, all the pipes and the lights and the doors and everything, the boilers to keep the place warm, just they got hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now if you look at, you can see each one of these apartments. If you look at the windows all the way up, starting there, you look through the window, and on the left side there's a hole. Even on the ones that the ceiling is still up, the left side is a hole on all of them, because there was apparently a pipe or some wires or something running through there that they wanted to get at, and so they tore that hole in each apartment at the same spot. Okay, so yeah, they know how to ramshackle a building and tear it out as efficiently as possible. That way they can get the money and go. But yeah, they got a lot of money for the scrap, for the copper in this building. I bet they got $100,000 for all that copper. There's a lot of copper in a big building like this. Lots of feed lines. More trash and garbage dumped. people walking by on the street here. So people do come down this area. Okay. But back to the AIDS thing, I want to show you wine bottles. Alcohol is big in the city of East Cleveland. There was a couple spots that I saw people wrote the word AIDS, so I don't know if somebody had. Look at these screw holes sticking up. If you're walking by chance and you step on that, you're going to have to go to the hospital and get a tetanus shot at least. Your foot's going to swell up and you ain't going to be able to walk for a while anyway. But yeah, you're going to be in bad shape. I have to be very careful when I'm making these videos. Okay, here's the AIDS thing. They wrote AIDS, okay, and it looks like somebody's name. I can't quite make it out the way they have it. Looks like an E and an L, but I can't tell what the name is. But apparently that person had AIDS, and they put dots beside it right next to their name to let everybody know that that person had AIDS. It doesn't say rest in peace. I saw AIDS wrote somewhere else, but I don't remember where it was. The camera might have picked it up. But this is a monstrosity, huge building. People do come down this street riding bicycles and stuff. Huron Place Apartments. Let's see. I'm just going to go inside this first piece of front door here. See, they stripped all the wire out. All the wires come out of these pipes and it's gone. There's nothing good left in these buildings no more. They've taken everything. Everything they could get money for, they took it out of here. So, yeah, it's a shame. They even took the door closer off the wall, off the door. Looked like it was a metal door. That's a metal door frame. So, I don't see any evidence of people having set fires, but I do see evidence here of people using the bathroom. I'm not going to show it to you because I don't want to blind you. People using the bathroom. This gray paint looks like it might have been covering up some graffiti, but they just graffitied back over it again. All this broken glass on the ground, all this hazardous stuff. It's no surprise. It's no surprise. Again, those two big piles of dirt right there, by that dirt being in that shape, all in that same spot, means a dump truck came in there and dumped it. They hit the lever and dumped the bed over, and that was it. Wow. Here's a car. Here's a car dumped. Got the wheels still on it. It's been stripped down pretty good. Let me get closer. That was a car there. Wheels are still on it. A tow truck had to dump that there. Okay, there's the A-frame on the front. 1, 2, 3 wheels. They never even unbolted the wheels. It clearly had been on fire, and it probably, somebody didn't have the title to it There's AIDS again for you with dots. So there's a lot of AIDS running around East Cleveland. Okay. That sign there says, "This was my home. Sarco." Somebody misses living here. There's a lady walking down the street. So people do travel this area. Okay, look at these bricks falling over. This is the back side of the building. And you can see all the garbage. Major pieces of broken glass, sharp glass. Just garbage everywhere. And the city doesn't do anything about it. All the way down in the grass is garbage, stuff that people have come back here and dumped. Look how huge this building is. This is the back side. Ridiculous. They need to come in, the state needs to step in and fix these problems. And admittedly, it'll cost them a bunch of money, but it needs to be done for public safety. Okay, folks, I'm sure you got the idea. I made a special trip here for you just because I wanted you to see this building, as big as it is, and the shape that it's in. So I've seen 3 places where they had AIDS wrote on the building. So that's a lot of disease and that type of thing. And there it is, all the way up. Huge apartment building, ramshackled, graffiti, all the telltale signs of East Cleveland. The worst city in the United States. I could take and show you 100 different apartment buildings. Yeah, see the shape of this here, that it's all in a pile, that wasn't put there with a shovel. That was dumped by a dump truck. You see how it's a nice round pile? If you put that down there with a shovel, it would be all over the place. Okay, that's nice and round and smooth. Dump truck came in there and dumped that, and took them 2 minutes, if that, and they left. So anyway, folks, once again, please like, subscribe, and share this video in hopes that the right authorities will see it, and that they'll get tired of it, and that they will finally do something about it in the city of East Cleveland and the other cities as well, because East Cleveland isn't the only one that has this problem, but it's so much worse in East Cleveland because people know they can get away with it. So anyway, folks, thanks for watching Torpedo Heat TV. Have a nice day.